Bill, Kentucky. How's it going out there tonight? Usual Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live stream chat. It's 19 degrees today. Had a little bit of snow flurries. Is it snowing now?
Yeah, not really.
Monday's supposed to be 37 degrees here. Let's hope. What's going on with everybody out there? Getting through the winter storm pretty good? The 4 postcards from the new Beatles biopic movies coming out April 2028 by Sam Mendes. They had 1,000 limited postcards that were put in New York City and Liverpool and Tokyo and Hamburg. They're all numbered. That'll be the next collectible. What do you think on those postcards? I thought the Paul looked pretty good. Did you like all of them dressed up as the Beatles? Paul was from the early years. Ringo looked like he was from mid 66. No, he had a mustache. 67. And then George and John looked like from the end of the Beatles' career, Abbey Road.
John H. said, "Good evening, Sticker family."
How you doing, John H? We got your item out to you today. What was it, Jack by?
I don't know which one his was.
One of the albums. I'm not sure. One of the Beatles albums.
And then Whoopie Baby said, "Hi, everybody."
How you doing, Wolfie baby?
Hello, everybody. And then Dave Evans said, "Good evening, Frank and Sticker family. How's it going?"
Good, Dave Evans.
Little Beatles Corner
How you doing, Patricia?
said hi to us. And then the Quiet Beatles Collector, which is Thomas Crook. Hello, Frank
How
and
you
Travis.
doing, Thomas Crook?
Cold here in Illinois.
Cold in Illinois. You guys are almost at the North Pole now.
Polly, hi, Sticker family, and everyone watching.
Polly Hewitt.
Yeah. And then T-Shirt Express, hi to both of us and the rest.
Yep, we're shooting Polly for Paul Lee, Paulie, T-Shirt Express from Staten Island. We're shooting for February 11th for the next Every Little Thing Beatles episode with Mikey Arugula, and you're going to be the guest host.
Johnny Ramone
or
said,
the guest star.
Sending warm wishes from California, 80s today in California.
Johnny Ramone, how you doing? Is Gregory Fio going to work behind the scene at the Grammys tomorrow night?
T-Shirt said that sounds good. Larry says, "Got my German band on the run, sounds great, and I also have the Hey Jude UK Dark Apple label, sounds amazing."
This is my new go-to hot stamper that Mikey Arugula is going to have to listen to when he comes to Louisville. This is a 1970 export only from the United Kingdom. The catalog number is CPCS 106. And it's got YEEX on the label, dark green, -1. You've never heard these Hey Jude tracks in this audiophile. This has got to be one of the top 10 Beatle audiophile pressings of all time. Go through the tracks. It's like you're right there in Studio 2 listening to the Beatles.
Dave Evans said, "Frank received the German LHCB today.
Sergeant Pepper.
Dead quiet vinyl. Paul's bass and Ringo's drum are solid. Cool listen, excellent version. Thanks." He really
All right,
likes
Dave.
it.
All right, you're happy. Thanks. So this laminated cover, I don't have the USA, but it puts the USA cover to shame. And the tracks on here, when it starts off with "Can't Buy Me Love" and "I Should Have Known Better," you're hearing them like just amazing. audiophile sound, but when you get into the older tracks, the Paperback Writer and Rain sounds amazing. But you get into the Hey Jude Revolution, never heard him like that before. And then you got Old Brown Shoe, you hear things in it you've never heard. Nicky Hopkins, Billy Preston. And Don't Let Me Down, it's like you're right on the rooftop. You're Chris O'Dell or Ken Mansfield or Yoko Ono listen to the Beatles perform on the rooftop there in January 1969. I think it was January 30th. Then the last track, Ballad of John and Yoko. Man, you hear Paul and John going head to head. One of the last times ever in the studio. What a pressing. I think I'm going to hold on to this for a while. One earlier today on eBay in rougher shape and had writing on the cover and writing on the label, sold for $250.
John H. said, thanks, man. Give us the German a collection of Beatles oldies.
Yeah.
In the 70s all next week here is what he said his temperature.
70s, all right.
Which is his Arthur Mustache. Good evening, Sticker
Arthur
family.
Mustache.
Freezing here in Philadelphia.
Arthur Mustache bought these two items that I got from Rockaway Records. Got 5 Beatle lockets in. 3 of them with different colors. And they, this is the one that Arthur Mustache bought. Open it up there real quick there, Arthur. I'll be careful with it. And he also bought I think the neatest of this lot, this here. I don't know if that's from England or the United States, but probably from England, but it opens up there in the 4 photos. That's a sharp little locket.
T-shirt said, I sent out the giveaway box today. Includes a butcher cover statue. Great job there, T-shirt Express. Appreciate
Thanks a lot,
it.
Holly.
Make sure everybody out there give a like for all the hard work that we're all doing here. Much appreciative, everybody. And then Greg said, Grammy sound check today was amazing, Frank.
All right.
He said, Lady Gaga nominated for 7 awards. Awareness.
I think Kendrick
awesomeness.
Lamar is up for 9 awards.
And then
Let's talk about the Grammys for a second, as we're talking
Dave
about.
Evans said, Frank, you were right about the Hey Jude. It's amazing pressing. Thanks again for getting me that. And now you can go on.
It's unbelievable when you listen to those tracks on that Hey Jude. It's emotional. I almost broke down. So amazing. Grammys tomorrow night. I guess Greg Fio is going to be working behind at the scene. Performers tomorrow night is Addison Rae, Alex Warren, Andrew Watt. He's the one that produced the last Rolling Stones album, and Elton John. And I think he has something to do with the new Paul McCartney album coming up. Bruno Mars is going to be performing. Duff McKagan and Slash are going to be there. I don't know what they're going to be doing. Probably Greg Fio's got some scoop on that. But I think he's not allowed to say. Justin Bieber is going to be performing. Lady Gaga, which Greg just said. Lauryn Hill, Olivia Dean, Post Malone, Sabrina Carpenter.
He said Sabrina's nominated for 6.
Sombra and Tyler, the Creator. They're all going to be performing there at the Grammys. Going to be amazing. It's going to be on CBS and Paramount Plus. And then the presenters, going to have Chapel Roan on. Going to present. I don't know if she's going to present the Best New Artist since she won it last year. Say hi to Greg. If you see Chapel, say hi to me for me. Carole King's going to be presenting award. Charlie XCX, Doechii, Harry Styles, Lanny Wilson, and Nikki Glaser.
He said Lauryn Hill tribute to Roberta Flack.
Roberta Flack.
Alright, will be amazing, can say no more. So that's what he's limited on saying. Anything else on that?
I have this is up on my STICKERMANIA 2853 store. I got this at the EDS auction in Bloomington several months ago, but the price of this has gone up since Harry Styles is #1 on the UK single charts with Aperture, and Lewis, this other member, Lewis Tomlinson, has a #1 album called How Do I Get There. These are One Direction shoes, new old stock in the box, size 10, medium. Put that over there. So Harry Styles, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think anybody's performed 30 nights in a row at Madison Square Garden, but that's what Harry Styles is going to do. And when his tickets went on sale, 11.5 million people set up for the pre-sale. He's going to perform in London, and I think Tokyo and New York City. 7 cities he's going to perform in. And his tickets, they say they go from $50 to $1,200, but most people find out by the time they get in there, it costs more than that. And on the UK charts, Megadeth, has done their 17th and last album, and it went to #3 on the charts in England for next week. But the #1 is that Lewis Tomlinson that used to be in the band with Harry Styles, One Direction. Brian May of Queen is talking about the new Beatles biopics that are coming up in a couple years.
Yes, someone earlier asked, good evening guys, curious your thoughts about the Beatles biopic cast photos that were recently released.
I talked about the postcard.
Yeah, so he come in late on it.
Yeah, the postcards, I thought Paul looked the best. The young Paul, the actor playing Paul. But Brian May of Queen was quoted saying, "I would dread if that happened to Queen. I love the Beatles. The Beatles are like the Bible. But for films, I feel like it's a horrible kind of thing where it's a competition between them. That can be pretty invidious. Invidious. So, I don't know. I'm excited for them. I'll go see them all. I watched the anthology overnight as soon as they came out, all 9 episodes. So I'll be in line to see all 4 of those movies there. And don't know if I'll see them in one day, but I could probably pull it off seeing all 4 of them in 2 days. What else do we got here? Chapel Roan was on the red carpet for Charlie XCX new movie, The Moment, premiere in LA. And Chapel had another new outfit. She must spend, the people that put her outfits together must spend thousands of hours. But she has a wet look bob haircut, and she's dressed up as a green nurse. You gotta check that out. And one other thing on Chapel, she's going up the charts in England again because of that GWAR tribute song they just posted 10 days ago that has over 1.5 million streams of Pink Pony Club. So it's becoming a hit again. It's zooming up the charts. I think it went up 15 positions in England in the last week. Anybody out there seen the GWAR video yet of Pink Pony Club? I think that's most of my notes on there. What do you guys got? Any questions about the Grammys tomorrow? Are you excited? You gonna watch the Grammys?
Woofy baby, are they coming out the same day, theater?
Yes, they're coming out the same day on. I wrote it down. April 2028. I think all four of them are coming out the same day. I got my sold and purchases we'll do later. So, start showing some things here. Then we'll just talk about the talked about the Hey Jude, the other audiophile pressings I listened to this week. Patricia, Little Beatles Corner, I got the excellent condition of the Wings' Greatest in from the United Kingdom, -1 with Nick and the Dead Wax. It's the one you want. I talked about the tracks on that. I talked about the B-side too. Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey, Hi. Man, I cranked that up. Let 'Em In. Usually don't like Let 'Em In, but on this pressing is pretty amazing. My Love, Jet, and Mulligan Tire. Let's see if I can do this right. On Jet, he says several times, suffragette. Tribute to David Bowie. David Bowie changed everything with Ziggy Stardust. Then the other pressing, I found a hot stamper today, got in today, of Beatles Abbey Road, 1969, first pressing, -2, -1 from England. This sold in Seattle, Washington. It says it's an import. They brought it in, they had it discounted at $4.95 in 1969. Didn't play it much, excellent condition. This is the hot stamper to have. I've had many of these Abbey Roads. This one really played amazing today with the dark green label. Must have been, has an early Mother stamper. It's got the original black die cut inner sleeve. The Paul's bass playing on that, maybe he added it at the last second.
Suffragette.
Suffragette.
Is what Mustache is saying. What the mustache?
All right, thanks, Arthur. But anyway, the Paul McCartney must have added the bass on after the track was done, and the bass just really comes through on this pressing. And I even like Maxwell House Silverhammer on this pressing. And the Oh Darling, how he practiced, came in to Abbey Road studio.
David wants to know the price of the Abbey Road. Dave Evans says.
And Dave Evans, UK first press. Let me think about that. I gotta get another hot stamper before I let this one go. I have to have all my 10 or 15 hot stampers all lined up for Mikey Arugula in May when he gets here. And what was I gonna say? The Oh Darling. On this pressing, you can really tell how Paul practiced that for several weeks before the Beatles came in. He'd come in a couple hours early because he lived around the block. But in 58 years, nobody's been able to duplicate his vocal intensity on Oh Darling. So that's an amazing feat from Paul McCartney. All right, let's take these off the table. Got this Beatles guitar string from 1963 from England. I've had this behind me, but I thought I'd show it tonight. It's a
Jay Farley said, "Hi, Mr. STICKERMANIA."
How you doing, James Farley? 6 wire wound Hofner Beatles guitar string. I've had this about 5 of these over my lifetime. All right.
What's next?
Some things that are sold on eBay in the last since our last live stream. We talked about the Hallmark Beatles Hallmark stamps, that a whole case was sold, but it was missing the banners. And I found out who bought it. That was Alex, the big collector from Texas. So he reached out to me. He sent me an email. He's the one that bought my Remco 1964 Remco shipping box that was full of Paul and Ringo dolls, Remco dolls. But he bought the banner I had up on my STICKERMANIA 2853 eBay store, the pink one.
I'm getting
So thanks, Alex. That went out to the mail to you today. Now you got a banner to go along with your shipping box.
If you need to get a hold of him, remember.
Yep. Mr._STICKERMANIA yahoo.com. That's my YouTube email. So some sold listings on Beatle items in the last few days on eBay. The Beatles White Album USA. I can't believe all these sold for so much money just because they had a low number. So a 76,814 USA White Album sold for $1,500 today. A number 6,151 sold for $2,500 a couple days ago. A 6,427 White Album sold for $1,225 a couple days ago. And just because it had a dot in front of it, 1,118,868 number White Album sold for $1,300. So I don't know what's going on with these Beatle White Albums. I usually don't go after USA. I got some in the other room numbered, but boy, it's crazy. And then I talked about that Hey Jude pressing sold for $250. A mono butcher cover I sold myself. I only have my first state now. I got to get a hold of some butcher covers. Sold for $1,111. And All You Need Is Love 1967 promo. That's like my other two promos here of Lady Madonna and Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields. It's got to have the greenish yellow label to be original, have asterisks in the dead wax. Sold for $329. And a couple other things. Paul McCartney signed Wings, the Story of a Band on the Run, that new book that just came out. He signed 175 copies, and one of them that was signed sold for over $4,000. And a 1965 Beatles lunchbox and thermos. Greg Fio sold one of these, and somebody else sold one today. Sold for $900, and one sold for $850. But I'm always on the lookout to find a C9 condition, excellent condition lunchbox, but they're all in private collections. Nobody ever sells them anymore. Some purchases that I bought that's coming in a few days. Patricia, my Beatles BC 13 in the black box, one of the first 3,000 that Capitol put together from England. I got number 2374 coming in. It should come in tomorrow from FedEx. So I'll get a hold of you when I get that in. And Monday I have a sealed Madonna sex book coming in from 1992. I've sold that book about 15 times, and then eBay took me down for a day because I was selling those, buying and selling those. So this time I'll just sell one on the YouTube channel. eBay doesn't like it when I sell those, but I bought it on eBay, but they don't like it when I sell so many of them. But it's a 1992 sealed sex book with the CD and the comic book in there, and it's in the original B. Dalton plastic bag that was bought in the store, so nobody could tell that they were taken out of the store, the sex book, and it has the original receipt. So I should have that for the next live stream. And I have a Band on the Run UK first pressing -1 from 1973 in excellent condition coming. I'm excited about that. And I bought I usually don't buy 2014 pressings, but I have a Sgt. Pepper sealed mono coming in. Hopefully they didn't do any auto-tuning Giles Martin on that Sgt. Pepper.
Little Biz Corn said, thanks for the BC-13 info.
Yep.
And then Whoopi Baby said, how much would that Madonna book go for? Question mark.
Sealed books, I've seen them go anywhere from $300 to $500. This is a Dave Clark 5. When I was showing Dave Clark 5 the other day, this was on Pond Fresh Start Medicated Cleansing Gel back in 1966. It's a little flexi disc of the Dave Clark 5. It plays Catch Us If You Can and Everybody Knows I Still Love You. I think that Everybody Knows was a big hit. And I'm thinking that's the song that Mike Smith doesn't sing. It's the Dennis Payton, one time that he sang lead. A couple other things I have coming in, and then we'll go on to, we got a trivia question contest tonight. I have a Beatles bobbing head dolls like these. I got a whole set coming in the original box at the beginning of the week. But it's coming out from, I think, California. And I have the 1965 Paul and Ringo Soakies coming in, made by Colgate Palmolive across the river that don't have, Ringo doesn't have any paint off of his nose, his big nose, and their hands are in pretty good shape. I think that's most of the purchases that I got coming in. Oh, I got Billboard charts. You know, the Billboard charts that were in the middle of Billboard. I don't have a Billboard magazine in here right now, but I have all 10 charts coming in from 1967 when Sgt. Pepper was #1. There's 15 charts. I don't know if it was #1 for 15 weeks, but it must have been in 1, 2, or 3. Then the Monkees Headquarters was 2 on most of the charts. And then I have all 5 of the late 67 Billboard charts when Magical Mystery Tour was #1. That's the highlights of the things I got coming in. We'll show a few more things. I'll do this trivia question. On the Spotify Global charts, Doe, that album behind there.
This one?
Yeah. Joe is #1 in the United Kingdom or he's on #1 on global charts with the song End of Beginning. Taylor Swift is #2 with The Fate of Ophelia. And #3 is Noel. I tried to listen to the song, Noah Kahan with The Great Divide. But in the USA, Noah Kahan is #1 now. So it must be really a popular song. And Ella Langley, a country artist, is #2 with Choosing Texas.
Perry from Canada said,
how you doing, Perry?
That book is when Madonna was still natural and good looking. She is ruining herself now with plastic surgery. Why can't people just age gracefully? I agree, bud.
Yeah, I know there's quite a few people out there that when they make all that money and they have too much plastic surgery done, and it makes them look like a freak after a while.
Yeah.
I never had any plastic surgery done. This is when I used to run the mini marathon here at Papa John's. This was from 2010. I ran the mini marathon, I think 7 times, a 13.1 race here in Louisville for the Kentucky Derby Festival. And another thing about Harry Styles, one reason that he stays in one city and performs so many days in a row instead of traveling all around the United States, he's a marathon runner, so he stays in one town and he gets his running in. Gabby, that's on our chat sometimes, she has tickets for the 3rd show of
What is it?
Show me the shoes there.
Oh, the shoes.
Harry Styles. Gabby's going to the third show of Harry Styles at Madison Square Garden. So congratulations, Harry. Gabby, you'll have a good time, I'm sure. All right, we had a half hour yet?
Yeah.
You're gonna bring Sticker Brad in here in a
I'm
second.
gonna see if he'll come.
Let's do the trivia question contest.
Sticker Brad, come on. We gotta do trivia questions. You're in here to do that. Let's go. Come on, hurry up. We're on live.
All right, trivia question contest has to do with something big happening tomorrow night. You get this extra large Beatles shirt that Paulie made at T-Shirt Express. This is an extra large of the butcher cover, and you get a large size of the roll up and watch STICKERMANIA. What do you think there, Sticker Kid? Brad?
You got a joke?
Got a joke?
Well,
No
come
joke?
on, load it up, because you're going to have the ready. All right, so John H. said, need a joke from Sticker Brad. They
Come
want
on.
one, too.
Boo-hoo.
Boo!
I told you about the egg joke.
Yeah, well, that one, man.
Okay, you say the punchline. Why are not, what is it now?
The stuff he said last week?
Oh.
He texted the one stuff last time.
Why are eggs not good at telling jokes? Give me the punchline.
No,
Come on, sit up and look.
it's
Come
a
on.
bad joke.
All right, because they're cracking each other up.
Yeah, it's a good joke. You could have been fine.
All right, here we go. Trivia question
You have
time.
to help him.
These all have to do with that big event tomorrow night, the Grammys. In what year, question one, in what year did the Beatles win for the best new artist? What year were they presented the Grammy for the best new artist? Question two, what artist beat out the Beatles' Revolver for Album of the Year in 1967? What artist beat out the Beatles' Revolver for Album of the Year in 1967? Number three, last question. How many Grammy Awards did the Beatles receive during the time the band was together? How many Grammys did the Beatles win when the band was together? Are you watching, paying attention there?
Nothing yet.
Need a joke from Sticker Brad.
Stop.
Question one again. In what year did the Beatles win for Best New Artist of the Year? Question two. What artist...
Farley answered first.
No. What artist beat out the Beatles' Revolver for Album of the Year in 1967 award show?
And then
John, you're close. How many Grammy Awards did the Beatles receive during the time the band was together?
Boy, what are you doing?
We don't have the right answer on one of them. The Beatles won how many awards?
Look at Perry.
I'm the
Canada.
Pole, not allowed to die,
Look
no.
at Greg Field.
Greg Field, no.
Then you got Thomas Crook. The Little Quiet Beatles collection.
No.
Holly.
We got an answer. John Marino got it. Good job.
Alright, so send us your address if we don't have it. I don't know, do we have his?
John Marino, I don't think so.
Yeah, you have to send this to our email.
Mr._StickerMania@yahoo.com.
Wow, what was
So the monkey, or
no, the sizes. What was the size?
extra large on the butcher cover and large on the roll up and watch StickerMania.
Alright, just say now again.
In what year did the Beatles win for Best New Artist? Well, you get the trick. It's a tricky question because the Grammys are always given away the next year, so it's 1965. What artist beat out the Beatles' Revolver for Album of the Year in 1967? And that was Frank Sinatra with the album A Man and His Music. And how many Grammy Awards did the Beatles receive during the time the band was together? Was 4. They won 2 in 65 and they won 2 in 68 for Sgt. Pepper. All right, good job. John Marino.
Like and subscribe.
Tell him. Look at there and tell him.
Like and subscribe.
Good job.
Perry said, what Sinatra album won over the Beatles? Did you say that?
A Man and His Music.
Yeah.
Thanks for making an appearance here, Sticker Kid. Right.
What, you done? Alright. Go back. Shut that door.
All right. What do you guys want to see? May I show some things? Show me that book, Monkey's book. So Mazzy did a when he interviewed Mazzy's on. I should tell you, he's got his live stream going on now, and we're up against each other on Saturday nights. We appreciate you guys checking in with me tonight. But this display from 1966 I had, and I went to in the early 90s, I went to a Monkeys convention in Chicago, and I showed some of my 16 millimeter films, the Monkey shows. I had the original commercials, and Andrew Sandoval that Mazzy interviewed, he was there. He writes all the Monkey books now and the Kinks, and he offered me $500 for this Monkeys display, and I didn't sell it to him. I think I've had that Monkeys display twice. I don't have it anymore.
I remember that. Oh, so I don't know what he's asking exactly on the Let It Be Academy Awards. I don't know.
Academy Awards. I don't know what the question is. And the Best Song Award for Let It Be Academy Awards. When Paul and Linda accepted the award? I guess that's what you're talking about. 1971. Monkeys, Lunchbox, and Thermos. Just in, nice one. Good job. I saw one up for sale today for $300 on eBay, but it was in rough shape. Old Blue Eyes.
Yeah,
Everybody thought Humperdinck was, but he was from 1967 when he beat out Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields at Christmas of 66. He beat out the #1 song on Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields. But he's not the one that beat out the Beatles for the Grammys. That was Frank Sinatra.
that was just Simon Garfunkel.
Showed the Let It Be box set last time. I remember it's the one I had in excellent condition went out to Gus Lopez. This one's $350 shipped. If anybody's interested in this one, I got at the auction in Piqua, Ohio.
Perry said, please release me. I'm confused.
That's the song that that kept Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane off the #1. Beatles for sale.
And
Gotta talk about.
Patricia said, we are staying right here for your live show, talking about what you were talking about earlier about Mazzy.
Yeah.
And then Johnny Ramone said the Monkees were the primary act to outsell the Beatles in 1967.
Well, they outsold the Rolling Stones and the Beatles together.
That's what he's saying.
Their albums and their singles were all over the charts here in the United States. And contrary to public opinion, Last Train to Clarksville was #1 before the TV show was ever on the air. I watched the Monkey shows when they came on. Did you? The ones that are old enough, or did you younger ones watch the reruns?
I've seen the reruns.
Didn't MTV play the reruns in 1984, and that's why when Mickey and Peter and Davey went out on tour, it was the #1 tour of the whole year as far as money.
I remember liking the Monkees when I was younger.
Beatles for sale. I got -1 2 cut left, but I'm gonna hold on to that and play that for Mikey Arugula. This is the New Zealand factory sample, not for sale. or this is a France contract, and it's up on my STICKERMANIA 2853 eBay store. Not quite as audiophile as the -1 tube cut.
John H. said yes, always watched the original Monkey Show in 1966 to 1968. And then North Canada line of vinyl pickers said good evening, Frank and Travis, if you want to mention them. Led Zeppelin.
How you doing there, Arthur? I guess you're interested in this Led Zeppelin poster. That's original 1969 poster for Atlantic Impact stereo tapes, 8-track cartridge and cassette, and that's expensive there, Arthur. That is $600.
Perry from Canada, and Jimi Hendrix opened for the Monkees, and the kids wanted the Monkey. Jimmy was allowed to get off tour, and the rest in it was
Mikey Arugula went to that show at Forest Hills when Jimi Hendrix opened for the Monkees 3 nights in a row. Mikey Arugula was at one of the shows. He said it was pretty crazy.
Patricia and Greg said they both were Monkey TV. They watched all that. Yeah.
All right.
Oh no, he likes the Becoming Led Zeppelin.
Oh, Becoming Led Zeppelin.
That's the one he was talking about.
Yeah, Arthur, I'd sell that to you for $100 shipped in a heavy-duty poster tube. I got some down there. Yeah, get a hold of me, Arthur, and
he knows how to get because he's massive.
We'll figure out. This is the Beatles for sale. I haven't sold this on my STICKERMANIA 2853 store. This is a sealed Mexico copy. And She's a Rainbow.
Greg Field said, saw Jimmy and Janice at Newport 69 Festival Live at Devonshire Downs. Is that how you pronounce it? Devonshire?
Devonshire.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Devonshire Downs. Newport. So this is the lenticular for the Rolling Stones 1967. Their Santanic Majestics Requests. And if you look real close, you can't see it on the picture sleeve very good. But if you move this around, you can see on the left side is George Harrison right there. Paul McCartney is right there. Over here you got a John Lennon and you got a Ringo Starr up there. They're kind of buried in the bottom there. This is on my STICKERMANIA 2853 store. I have 4 of these. The Beatles tumbler. 1964 glass tumbler. In perfect shape. Butcher covers, White Elm we talked about. We picked up about 15 subscribers in the last 10 days, so we're getting closer to the 3,000. I think there's 120 more to go. So get your relatives to subscribe to me, and I'll be giving away a butcher cover with 3 different difficult questions to do with a butcher cover. And we're coming up to the 60th anniversary of the butcher cover. So I have that's a mono. I thought I have a stereo then. Yeah. So it'll be you get a choice of a mono or a stereo when we have the contest. Ones I practiced on. What other things do we have to show? Things psychedelic. The psychedelic stuff sold on eBay today. I'll tell you that. I sold a Sgt. Pepper Holland pressing that has the cutouts. This is the last Holland pressing I have besides the White Album that I'm not selling because it's the best pressing of the White Album ever. This is how the Parlophone label looks in the Holland box set BC 13. So that's going out in the mail Monday, and then this sold today on the eBay store, the Sgt. Pepper 2017 4 CD and Blu-ray box set, factory sealed. And then I sold my Magical Mystery Tour audiophile pressing from Germany, 1977, with the minus 1, -3 matrices. So I only have one more left of these that I'm going to hold on to play for Mikey Arugula. So I sold 2 of these in the last 2 weeks. So this is Psychedelic Day. They want the Psychedelic Beatles today. Rolling Stones. I sold a few Rolling Stones today.
John, I got your email. Appreciate it. And Woofy Baby, I seen your email for him too. He'll get after it after the show.
That's the White Album from Holland. Best pressing ever of the White Album. Gotta play Mikey at least one side of this. I like side 2 is my favorite. Starts off with Martha, My Dear, and ends with I Will, or ends with Julia. The Holland pressing of the White Album, amazing. Beatles White Album, that's getting to be what the young crowd is their favorite Beatles album is the Beatles White Album.
Greg said you could hear Jimmy's guitar feedback from miles around.
I bet. I haven't sold this yet, but I'll probably sell this here in the next day since it's the Sgt. Pepper time. They seem to be buying Sgt. Peppers. Maybe the young crowd's getting into Sgt. Pepper again. They talked about the anthology box set. Macintosh. We're going to do a video showing my stereo system here before long. Like a 10-minute video where I show my stereo system, my Macintosh MA 5100 from 1973 that I had refurbished. That I listened to all these audiophile pressings on, and I'm playing through my clips. Here's a 301 speakers and my Thorns TD 320 turntable from 1978 that I had reconditioned from with magnetic tape recorders here in Louisville. Takes care of my stereo equipment and gets it the 45-year-old equipment sound like brand new.
Johnny Ramone asked him about the White
Johnny
Album.
Ramone, Beatles White Album top loader, excellent condition. That's good. 2049. Be worth some money if you put it up there right now on eBay because White Albums are selling.
So Perry said in the early 70s in drugstore poster display with the Yardbirds poster with Jimmy Page, they were wearing fur coats. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like a drugstore had them in fur coat.
Yeah. Revolver I didn't have last time. I found it today. My Revolver it's a stereo pressing from probably 67. -1. It's the first matrices. Tube cut of the Beatles Revolver in stereo, but that's not an audiophile pressing because they didn't do the mix real good and to begin with, and it's a better mix for the German pressing from 1977. I'm trying to get a hold of another one of those. That's the hot white stamper of Revolver, is to get the German 1977 pressing with a 7.2 prefix. I think it's a A1, B1 matrices. So they Rolling Stones, As Tears Go By picture sleeve today. As Tears Go By, the flip side of that is Gotta Get Away. And there's a 1964 picture sleeve of The Last Time.
Greg Fields said, great show, Frank. Gotta go. We'll say hi to Chapel Row.
All right, say hi to Chapel for me, and have a good time there tomorrow night. Try not to get starstruck. You're gonna have stars all around you. Introducing the Beatles. That's another one that I'm not selling. They get introducing the Beatles in that kind of shape, and the shrink from the summer of '64 is near impossible now, with no wear down there at the bottom of Paul. You know that picture is inverted. In England, that was opposite way around. I don't know why they inverted all those copies of introducing the Beatles on the picture. I guess they were just in too big a rush to sell Beatle albums. We talked about Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones. No, we haven't talked about Led Zeppelin. Can you imagine? We talked about the Abbey Road. Show me the Abbey Road you got over there.
Here. Where's it at?
Should be right there. There it is.
I got it.
So the Abbey Road came out first in the September of 1969, and 3 weeks later, you had Led Zeppelin 2 come out. Wow. Within 3 weeks, 2 masterpiece albums that for all time came out. And then that's Led Zeppelin 1, the first press with the turquoise cover from England. That came out about 2 months after the USA pressing came out. Jimmy Page was all about breaking in the United States and before England.
Didn't you say you were keeping the Abbey Road tube cut price?
Yeah.
Because Johnny asked, that's what I thought. He said he's keeping it for Mikey and stuff right now.
Yeah. It's hard to find those Abbey Road first presses that sound like that. Just unbelievable today when I listen to them.
Jerry said, thanks, Frank, for my Rolling Stones 45 I bought earlier. So he bought yours.
As tears go by.
Yeah, I guess he's the one
Who
that Rolling Stone. Jerry Marches, I guess.
All right. How you doing, Jerry? So Arthur, North Carolina picker. Here's some hype stickers that are worth a lot of money. 1967 revolver with the hype sticker for. Includes the Beatles' Fabulous Yellow Submarine and Eleanor Rigby. And the 1965, did I say that right? This is 66. And the hype sticker, another expensive hype sticker. If you got to see some glue stains to be original, because they've been on there so many years, 60 years. For the Hear Paul Sing Michelle, the original Beatles version. And they said that because there were a lot of Michelle covers that came out at the same time. David and Jonathan, and there were a couple other covers that came out at that time.
Jerry said, great, thanks, Frank. And then Perry said, my top loader mono white album with the stereo cover has the number 325803.
325803. Mono, that was the end of the mono pressings at the first 330,000, and then they started doing the stereos about that number.
Jerry said he moved from Charlotte to Harrisburg.
Who did?
The Jerry guy that bought the Stones said we went to by Harrisburg, didn't we?
Yeah,
we
on
saw
the way to New Jersey.
Yeah, I remember seeing Harrisburg signs.
So Band on the Run, I'm trying to get a real nice. But here's another hype sticker for you, Arthur, for the USA of Band on the Run. It says Paul McCartney and Wings on the hype sticker. Because on the cover, all it says is Band on the Run. It doesn't say Paul McCartney. So they put that little blue hype sticker on there. And it's got the original poster in there. But the UK pressing -1 knocks this one out of the water.
Johnny Ramone said, need Aladdin hype sticker, any ideas? And then he questioned Mark Polly too to see if he had it.
Every once in a while, I've had for the lunchbox.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I've had that lunchbox before, and it had the identification sticker that wasn't even, I was loose in the lunchbox, and I sold that to Gary Hine.
He said he moved in Harrisburg, North Carolina, not Pennsylvania. So that was a different. He just moved in North Carolina. My fault, bud. Sorry. I just saw the Harrisburg, and it made me think of when we just had to go through Pennsylvania.
She Loves You. My favorite Beatles early song. BJ Company sleeve that goes with the early tracks, early singles of the Beatles. This is Please Please Me and From Me to You. That did have a picture sleeve, but when you didn't get a picture sleeve, you got that company sleeve. Rolling Stones, jukebox of Rolling Stones, Goat Head Soup, perfect shape. All jukebox covers had a plain white back, and it has a whole strip. All the jukebox strips, none of them are tore out. 1973. This is what a jukebox record looks like. It's on my STICKERMANIA pink sheet. It's on my STICKERMANIA 2853 eBay store. Pretty sure it's for about $300. That's a jukebox record for the Rolling Stone. Put the jukebox record away. The first pressings of Something from the West Coast with Come Together on the back. That got the Capitol logo. First pressing from the West Coast. And I've had the Canada pressing several times where it accidentally has Something as the A side instead of no, it has Come Together as an A side instead of Something.
I was gonna say, cause that.
We talked about Hey Jude, Beatles at the beginning. We talked about introducing the Beatles. This is the best audiophile hot white stamper ever of the Beatles. Please Please Me, the German pressing. You either need to get this 1973 The Beatles with -2 matrices, or the 77 pressing that's got a -2 in the dead wax. You never heard Please Please Me sound like that before, so powerful as this pressing here. I'm sure Dave Evans has this pressing here. Or he's got the Beatles, D-I-E. And then this, we talked about solid state and tube cut. This is one time the solid state is better than the tube cut on With the Beatles. You need to get a late 70s, early 80s pressing of the United Kingdom of With the Beatles. They improved on the stereo sound on this, and it's better than the tube cut. And it is a minus, pretty sure it's a -6. And the B side is a -6. You don't want the -1s and the -2s on the With the Beatles. You want the later pressings that have a better stereo sound with no muddy mix. Talked about the early Beatles. We talked about Beatles for Sale. Help. You want to find the German pressing of Help with the 7-2 prefix. I don't have one of these. I sold several of them in the last 6 months. Got to get another one of those. That's a hot white stamper. David Bowie we haven't talked about. And my favorite Rolling Stones album, Sticky Fingers. This is a German pressing of Sticky Fingers. Dave Evans will vouch for me. That is the pressing to get with TML and the dead wax. Doug Sachs cut it differently than the USA, and wow. Sticky Fingers really cranks on this pressing. And David Bowie, you want to get the England pressings. First pressing of England from Ziggy Stardust. I still haven't got the Heroes one yet that's so popular with Stranger Things, but I'm trying to get a hold of one. And Aladdin Sane 1973 pressing from England with the original fan club insert. And yeah, somebody has a whole poster of this, thinking about buying it, putting it on the wall. That's a cool photo of Bowie. And then somebody's got the black and blue Rolling Stones with the girl all tied up on top of the promo display, but they're wanting $1,000 for it. But I offered them $750 for it, but they wouldn't take it. But I used to have that promo piece. I think that'd look pretty sharp back here.
Dave Evans said best copy on the sticker fingers.
Best copy, you're right. We talked about that. I think we covered most everything. Over here, I sold my blue disco case today on my STICKERMANIA 2853 store for $180. Got the original instructional sticker on the side. Talk about, show me that backbeat thing back there. We're talking about biopics. This is one of the first early Beatles biopic, Backbeat. And this is the band, the Backbeat band. I knew one of those personally, one of the members of that, from being on 97X when I was in Cincinnati, and I was a rock and roll grocer, and I knew Greg Dooley that was in the Afghan Wigs. He said one time he was in his car and he heard one of my commercials with my monotone voice, and he said he had to stop because he was cracking up listening to it.
Wolfie Baby said, Frank, is the 1973 The Beatles -2 as good as the one you showed?
Yes. But the 73 pressing, my 77 pressing is on a little better vinyl, but it's the same metalwork. The Backbeat cassette, these are all promo things in this box. The electronic press kit for Backbeat. I had the movie poster of this at one time. And the CD, promo only CD of Backbeat. And that is about it from Louisville, Kentucky. They got a Stuart Sutcliffe drawing on there. It's a pretty good movie if you haven't seen Backbeat.
Make sure you give us a like, people, if you haven't. We much appreciate it.
All right. Thanks a lot for checking with us on our Saturday night chat at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in about 11 days, me and Mikey Arugula are going to be on Every Little Beatles episode number 19. And we're going to have a special guest, Polly from T-Shirt Express. Take care out there and